Welcome to the Hamsey Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Friday, September 21, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline differential closed at 458. Nasdaq advanced decline differential closed at 505 and 45. We had 60 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and no new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. For the volatility, there were 374,000 contracts traded on the VIX today with 35 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in October, a 0.67 with 59% of the total premiums paid. In November, a 1.1 with 16% of the total premiums paid. And in December, a 1.44 with 11% of the total premiums paid. All of them pretty neutral readings here on the dollar-weighted put-call ratio. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. We have another flat day here today. We sold off throughout the day. We opened 7 handles higher on the futures and then sold off. We continue to see here, you can see here this trend line to the upside, and here we're basically on an upward channel. We talked about that. Then we got a breakout here, and now looks like a bear flag, very flat pattern here. We wanted to break out, make soon, or maybe break down here, come and test this 1432 level, some type of a pullback, and then just try to rally, maybe go for this 1500 level on the longer term. Here we continue to be on the positive 1, positive 2 sigma channel, and you could see here how CI is starting to roll down. CI diff now negative here, and we can see clearly that we're starting to get some pull back from these indicators here. We maybe want to get CI a little lower. It was red and going higher as the market rallied, and now we want maybe a little pullback, as I mentioned, after the market goes higher. If we look at this other chart, let's go to the weekly chart. Here we have the weekly. This is the trend line you can see we just talked about. Here we have it on the weekly. And again, we maybe want to pull back to this 1423 level, 1430. That's going to be this level around here. Important for this trend line to continue to hold here. But again, we want to retest again, get some of a pullback into the market. For the intraday, nothing happened. You can see here on the hourly chart, we went back trying to reach for weekly pivot and not yet there, but again, nothing happening. We talked about it, nothing was expected to happen as we were on options expiration and everything was boxed in. Let's go for SPY, and let's start here with the daily chart, or the weekly chart. Here we have the weekly chart for SPY, and we can see basically the same. We're looking for a long-term target of 152.80. That's going to be far away here. We are looking at a weekly chart. On the more intraday, we're looking for a 49 level, 48, and maybe a pullback to this 143, 142 and a half. That would be a positive pullback here for the market. On the daily chart, we now pulled back somewhat from positive 3 sigma. We talked about it here, that we were short-term overbought, although we are at the same levels price-wise, a little lower. We can see that we are now on positive 1, positive 2 sigma channel, which is a lot better here for the market overall. Maybe want to test this 43. We talked about it on the weekly chart. Now here on the daily, 143.80, 143 for a little pullback, and then we could go higher, 150, 151. We're looking at here at the positive 3 sigma. Maybe that's the next leg up. Now let's go to GLD. Today 0.29% higher for the day, and we closed at 171.96, which is good. We continue to be a little bit overextended here on the weekly chart. You can see we're riding the positive 2, positive 3 sigma channel, which is quite high here for a weekly channel. But we must consider here how low the volatility was. We were expecting something to happen around here due to the fact that sigma channel was very collapsed. Now we want maybe a little pullback to the 164 level, and then we could ride higher, try to test the highs here, 174, 175 here, and then the highs that we've made, all-time highs last year. We have the levels, we talked about them yesterday and every day. 174.50, the first target here, and the next 155.50. After that, we're going for the highs of the year. That's gonna be on the upside in case something happens. We're looking maybe a pullback 66-65 area. If that does not hold, maybe come and test again this 200-day moving average at 158, but that's unlikely. It is a lot lower now, the 200-day moving average. For the Qs, here we have the daily chart. We have a flat to down day, 0.33% for the day down, and we want to pull back to the 69, 68 level. That would be a perfect pullback here, maybe a long entry, and try then to rally, go for the 175 new highs for the year, of course. On the weekly chart for the Qs, here we have the weekly chart for the Qs. We are on +1, +2 sigma channel, which is good. We could continue to ride that higher, and our target on the downside, 68 level. Maybe a little pullback that's harder than that, 65. Good long entry here if we hold. Maybe go for that 74, 75 level. Last chart we're looking at, IWM. This is the Russell 2000 E. And we're starting here with the weekly chart, 0.33% higher, 39% higher for the day, and we have somewhat of a hammer here of a week. We were selling off, and then we almost took all of our losses back. Again, we do have a red hammer, which is not as positive, but again, this is a bullish pattern here, and we took a pullback from the +3 sigma on the weekly, which was very overbought. And now we are at better territory, looking for a 82.5 level pullback, and if that level holds pretty solid here, maybe we're going higher for 89. That's gonna be the plan here for IWM. Let's start now with the VIX. We have the weekly chart for the VIX. We continue to close below 0 sigma on the weekly chart. Long time here with closing below the 0.6, and we want to maybe come and try to test that again and then bounce back. We talked about that yesterday on the daily chart with the 200-day moving average. Maybe come and test this 18.5 level, and of course fail. That would be the pullback that we need for the market, and then just bounce back up. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your HAMSI Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you Monday.